Safety, collision avoidance, and efficiency are essential for modern processes, so it's vital that they aren't compromised by faults or, in the worst-case scenario, accidents. Every stoppage costs time and money. With SICK's RMS320 radar sensor, processes are secured and protected. This example of a mining dumper truck explains how the radar works, even in the extreme conditions commonly encountered in this environment. The RMS320 radar sensor was installed above the dumper truck's rear axis and below the dump body. The RMS320 emits electromagnetic waves with a frequency of 24 GHz. The tilt, meaning the horizontal aperture angle, is ± 50 degrees, and the aperture angle elevation, meaning the vertical aperture angle, is ± 8 degrees. The waves emitted by the radar sensor, shown here in blue, are reflected in an uncoordinated fashion by every object in its range. These reflections are shown here in red. A sensor's shadow forms behind the container and the pickup. Some of the reflections shown in red bounce back from the objects. These reflections are shown in yellow. These diagonal reflections are constantly monitored by radar. An object's removal, represented here by red dots, is calculated using the interval between the time the radar waves are sent and the time the echoes are received, as well as the speed of light. This is the speed the waves travel at. If the sensor has several receiving channels, it can determine the reflection's angle of incidence and the object's position. SICK's RMS320 sensor has 2 receiving antennae, which it uses to determine the position of objects on one plane. It can also measure the speed of objects using Doppler frequency. The distance measured will be correct if the direct wave is measured. In the case of diagonal reflections, the interval between the objects and the antenna is longer. The ghost targets, shown here as yellow dots, represent the calculations made by the sensor using the diagonal reflections. The radar sensor's algorithm assesses the reflections and recognizes ghost targets using a plausibility check and ignores them. Extreme ambient conditions, such as fog, dust, rain, hail, or snow, dirt, and vibrations have no impact on the RMS320's operation, providing the driver with reliable support at all times. SICK's RMS320 radar sensor delivers accurate, reliable information about objects located in the truck's blind spots.